like it in UK. So you must ensure that there is no gap. Just look for something to put. In 2016, in 2017, you can say that you were ill, and you have to get a doctor report for that. A doctor reporter to state that okay, you were hospitalized for a period of 1 year. That is why you were out of job. Because it is clearly stated that you must not be out of job for a minimum of 14 days. I'll be for a maximum of 14 days. Sometimes when you go for interview, your recruiter will ask you if they are good people. They will tell you, please go and update your CV and come back. They don't want you to be. They don't want that gap. They do not want that gap. So I have posted the list of companies that offer COS. I wish you all good luck with that. I've also retweeted someone that I know that can also offer you that can also help you to build your CV to any standard country that you want. He's a professional. Apart from this guy that we know on Twitter that help people to build their CV, this guy is also good also to help you build your CV. So you can that's the list of companies. There are so many list of companies that offer COS. NHS is just one of them. When you click on that website, you see Eze, welcome. How are you, Eze? Good afternoon. Are you there? Good afternoon, Eze. Are you there?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Eze. Good afternoon.
It's actually Isaac.
Oh, okay, Eze. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Thank you for the space.
And just to add one quick thing to what you're saying, so I mean, the interview is usually like almost halfway done with your LinkedIn profile and all the information you provide. So it just eases you into the job rather than just trying to find everything from from your application. Just to add to what you said regarding LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Even though I know Coco have been on the mic, it's not really saying something. Coco, are you there?
Yeah, did you hear me just now?
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Okay, you're the one that was speaking just now.
Yeah, I just spoke just now. Yeah.
Okay. Isaac requested for the mic. Isaac, you want to say something or you have a question?
Yeah. I have a question.
Go ahead.
So someone was speaking earlier. I didn't really catch who was talking. He was saying something about construction is huge in the UK.
Yeah, that's Mr. Toy. That's
In
Mr. Toy.
January, hopefully. Okay. So I'll be coming to the UK in January, hopefully. And I've worked in construction safety before. I actually have experience in the Middle East. So I don't know if international students are allowed to work in construction safety, because I tried checking online before. I was not really getting something reliable, something concrete. And also, most of the cash I'll be bringing into the UK, I have them in USDT, cryptocurrency. So, and from what the conversation earlier, it's obvious that when you transfer cash like that to your bank account, it's going to be taxed. But also, while I was doing a research on it, I saw something like when you make profits on crypto assets, that you are taxed for it. So I don't really know how that worked, how that is working, and 5 million on it. Two questions. Thank you very much.
So are you there?
Yes. I'll just touch on a couple of things that he mentioned. I think I missed a bit of his questions as well. So the first one is that construction is huge. Construction is massive. Like 7% of the GDP in the UK comes from construction. So there is a lot of work available. But as a student, you are normally expected to do 20 hours a week. So what you can do as a student is to make sure that during your term time, You try and get all the small qualifications you need. Like you do your health and safety training, you get the CSCS card, and health and safety training, I think it costs about £100. And then you do the CSCS test, which is about, I think, £25. And then you order the card, which is about, I think you spend about £160 to get that green CSCS card. I have one thread about how to join construction in the UK. I used to retweet it a couple of times. So once you have that green card, sometimes during term time, you can see agencies that can send you to go and do 2 days a week somewhere, which is about, most construction sites are like 10 hours a day. So that 2 days alone will blow up your 20 hours and you'll be all right. If you, because the agencies are busy, they are looking for people. Laboring work is not very serious work. So you could see agencies that can just send you out for 2 days a week and that covers your 20 hours. And in terms of safety work normally, it's a little bit complicated because there are some qualifications you need to get in the industry before you can do safety work. And some people always do it in-house. They don't bring an external health and safety person to manage the site. They always look for a site manager. If you look, a site manager in the UK has something they call SMSTS, which is Site Manager Safety Training Scheme. So if you have SMSTS already, they don't need to bring in an external safety person. So to get into the safety industry is actually harder than being a laborer. We have to be clear on that. It's not that it is not possible, it is just harder because people like to use the people they know and they have been long in the industry. So you're actually easier getting in as a laborer or getting it as an assistant site manager. That costs a bit more as well in terms of the courses you have to do to work an assistant site manager. But if you come in that way, you get to know people in the industry, you network, just as like every other job. Before you know it, people will start recommending you for positions. I mean, I started construction as a laborer and I went back to school. I did some courses and I probably work with the senior management now. So it is easy to come in first. Just come in. By the time you come in, you might not even be interested in safety anymore. You might be interested in driving forklift and earn 15, 16, 17 pounds an hour. The jobs are there. So by the time you come in, you know what the path of least resistance is for you. That is easier for you to make money and solidify yourself. So that is that. Then secondly, if you are coming in as a student and you are moving your money with the USDT, I believe it is expected that you have to bring money in anyways to support yourself. Because when you are applying for your visa, there is a set amount that you said you bring in for your living expenses. So that would not be taxed. So your major job is to convert your USDT to British pound. Unfortunately, a lot of banks are not allowing crypto transactions. You have to remember that. A lot of banks are a little bit wary about that. So what you have to do is to look for banks that are a little bit like they don't worry about crypto. And the one that I know is Wise. They call them Transfer Wise before, but now they are called Wise. It's very easy to open account with them. They are not fussy about crypto. You can put your money there, convert your USDT to British pound on Binance or whatever you use, and then move it into TransferWise. I think Revolut as well. All those new generation banks, they are not crazy about crypto, but the old ones like Barclays, NatWest, Halifax, those ones, don't joke with them. They will uh, they will hammer you when you are doing crypto. But if you use the new generation ones like Revolut, Wise, those ones are easy. And you can move your money from them to your standard UK bank. They don't give you problems. So that is all I can say about that. Thank you.
Okay, Toib, thank you very much for that rejoinder, that response. So I'm going to say this, guys. I'm just going to put this here. If you look at that link I sent to you about the sponsorship thing, okay, when you open it, I'm just going to tell you how to go about it. Oh, sorry, Asset, hold on. If you look at that link I sent to you about the sponsorship thing, if you look at the link, because I'm just going to guide you. If you don't know how to do it, you will not know how to do it. When you click on the link, go to the tab, the drop down button, click on download all. When you download all, you will see that it's going to come out as a PDF file. You download this on your phone. There are about 96 companies that was added this year. Between today is 11th, and between yesterday and today, there are about 60 companies that UK added that offer tier 2 visa. The sponsors. The first company you will see is the VC Research. I don't know how to pronounce it. Just see it. And the last one I'm seeing on the list is Brussels Street, and is in London. And they will tell you where these companies are located. The care homes, some of them are care homes, some of them are care homes, some of them are computer companies, some of them are manufacturing companies, some of them are administrative, some of them are recruitment, most of them are care homes, some of them are food and accommodation, which is hotel, some of them are IT, telecom. So you have to look for the companies that is suitable to the what you study. Like for example, now you study computer science in school. So like this quantium now, which is located in London, this quantium is located in London, you can actually write to them. Like this P2Drop. P2Drop is located in, is this Lavin? I don't know where that one is. And this Nottingham. Okay, okay. I'm seeing someone. I'm seeing the one located in Nottingham. Food and accommodation, skilled worker sponsorship. Jaman. I think this one has to do with Chinese. One thing you will know that some of these companies don't recruit Africans. Some of them recruit from Asia, from Indians, Romanians, and all of those stuff. But there's nothing wrong with you applying. But just have a good CV. Just have a good CV. If you have a good CV, a UK standard CV that is simplified, you don't need to do much explanation. You don't need to do much explanation. I'm telling you the truth. I have given most people, I have given most people this information, and they are in UK. Most of the time, if I need £100 from them, they will send it to me, because this information I'm giving you for free is what most agents are selling out. I don't sell it. I don't sell it. And because it's on UK, it's on government, it's on GOV website. You don't just know. And that is why you are finding it difficult to have a visa. Getting a visa to UK or Canada is not something that is difficult like 10 years, 20 years ago, where people will tell you, where you will ask somebody, brother, how did you enter UK? The person will tell you, now God, oh, there is nothing God about it. There's nothing God about it. There's nothing now God. Oh, I don't do all of those shit with people. I will tell you how it is and plainly. But you have to put in at least 12 hours of work for you to get a visa. You have to do the work yourself. You have to do the work yourself. There's nothing. Yes, God. Yes, you have to pray against village people, but most of the time you have to do the work yourself. There's nothing. There's nothing that God do. There's nothing. There's nothing by God grace on it. When you go to that website, look at those sponsors. Right. Ensure you have a good CV, which a good CV, and where you have worked should reflect on your CV. You understand? Because most of them will like to know how many hours of work you have done since you left school. You can't just start applying as a fresher. You just left school this year and you are already up. No, most of them we want 2 years experience and above, and they want a regular experience. Most of them will even ask you during interview, how many years of experience do you have? Some of them want over 100 work hours. Some of them want over 50 work hours. You understand? So that also we ensure that you have a cover letter. A cover letter is like a cover letter in UK is like your application letter. A cover letter will reflect how many hours that you have worked since you graduated from school. Like person like me, I have done over like person like me, I have 7 years of experience. That's the over 2,000 hours, 2,000 hours, right? 2,000 hours. So yeah, 7 years of experience. That's over 2,000 hours now. I'm right. So you have to ensure that your work hours reflect on your cover letter. Do you understand where you have worked? And if you are going, please don't put references on your CV. Don't put references on your CV. Don't, like, Nigeria CV. Some people, when they are writing their CV, they will put their references, contact details. You don't need it. When they ask for your reference, that is when you can now give them your reference details. Make village people no go put stamp for your garri, and make sure that the person that you are using as your reference, you have a cordial relationship with that person. Yes, so people can go behind you and spoil your name. They will tell you that boy is a very stupid boy. Don't employ him. When he was working with me, he's a thief. He's a this. He's that. Yes, make sure the company that you are going to put as your reference is a company that you left happily, and the employer is happy with you, you still have a very good rapport with that company. I'm telling you this from experience. There was an hospital I resigned. The doctor told me not to leave, that they should get a nurse first. I said, no, I want to go. I have another job that I have to resume tomorrow. When I wanted to get an employment in Rediting, I referenced that hospital. I never know that the HRO knew that hospital. They wrote to that hospital. And do you know what the doctors told about me? That I'm very stubborn, that I left their hospital without giving 1 month notice. That if they employ me, I'm still going to leave. That was what the HRO of Reddit told me that time. So there are some employers that will spoil you. They will spoil your market if you don't have a very good relationship with them. Don't put them on your among your referees. I'm telling you this. If you are going to start submitting your CV for those companies to give you sponsorship visa, they are going to. And let me even tell you this. I when I was putting my referee, my hospital here, my hospital here in Lagos was among the referee I put, because I have a doctor I put there to be working be working there. So I put the doctor name as part of my referee. Do you know that these people here in UK that wanted to employ me, they went to go and dig out, they went to a CAC website to dig out that my hospital name, if it was actually registered. Yes, it was registered. They saw it. They now saw my name as part of the director, as director one. They saw another doctor name as director two. They now came to me and said, "Excuse me, sir. But you said you work in this hospital as a nurse manager." I said, "Yes, I was a nurse manager. But we saw that you are part of the director or the owner of the hospital." I said, "No, I am not the owner. I am part of the shareholder of the hospital. I'm part of the director. I work for the hospital for so years, and I now decided to buy shares in the hospital." Do you guys understand my explanation now? I decided to buy shares in the hospital. So that is why my name is there as a director. I'm still being paid because as a director, my share is working for me. That was the explanation I give. So don't think that these people is going to employ you. They will just give you a visa. They don't know, a stranger, without doing their check. Some of them even go as far as going to my Facebook. They went to dig out a program I organized 3 years ago on why nurses should travel to UK. There was a program I did 3 years ago. That is why when somebody was talking on Twitter that I said this, I didn't just come to UK before I started hosting space on how to Japa. I have been talking about migration since 3 years ago. If you go to Facebook, they went to go and dig it and said, but you were not in UK when you organized this program. I said yes, because then I was working with an immigration officer, and I was a nurse. I just graduated then. They went to go and dig it out. My employer, the person that employed me here in UK, went to go and dig it out when I was looking for a job. They went to go and dig it out. To say, but can you give us an explanation on this program? I have to explain to them. So if you have anything like that, that we demand anything that you have tweeted, that you cannot explain, that is going to indict you, that will stop your jackpieism. Let me use that language. That will stop your migration. You should pull it down. But because they're going to ask for explanation, especially if you have tweeted about women, if you have tweeted against women, if you have tweeted about if you have tweeted against gender equality, if you have tweeted against gay, if you have tweeted against lesbianism, you are on your own. You are not coming here. You are not going to come here, bro. If you have tweeted against, is it a Q? How did they call it? I don't
LGBT
know.
queen, LGBT queen.
I don't know what those things, because if you have tweeted against all those things, you have always have a negative opinion about it, or you have always stand against it, bro. You will remain in Nigeria. You are not coming here, because they are going to check your account. Nobody will employ you, because even when they want to employ you and give you those visa, they are going to check your social media handles, especially when you are on LinkedIn, because your LinkedIn has a way of linking you to other social media handles. They are going to check all those things. And you know all these people, they are the founders of Twitter. So they know how to use algorithm to fish all those your tweets out that you posted 10 years ago. Even on Facebook, they know how to fish out those things you posted 5 years ago. They know how to do it because they are the owner of Facebook now. Now they teach us how to use technology. So they know how to do all those things. So if you are going to start sending your application to get a work visa, go and search your social media handles. Pull down those things that is capable of hindering you, because not be village people by this time. Now your hand, now you use your hand, cause Asset, are you there? Go on, Asset.
Yeah, thank you. Please, Mr. Olomo, about the this thing. I can access your DM, please.
Okay, yeah. Let me send a DM. Let me send a DM. Yeah.
Okay, Izzy, go ahead. Izzy, you're using up your hand. Izzy, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask Mr. Toyib a question, but it's not here. Maybe I'll just send him a DM. Thank you.
You can ask. He like going to listen now. Whenever he speaks, he like going to listen now. He's there. You can ask your question. If he's not there,
Okay.
someone has respond. He likes going to listen now. He doesn't
Okay.
like
I,
keeping.
I wanted to ask him. Yeah, I wanted to ask him because he talked about how tough it can be when you're trying to get into occupational safety, construction safety in the UK. So I wanted to tell him because I'm actually coming to the UK to study project management, and I actually worked as a safety coordinator in the health and safety in the Middle East in Qatar, to be specific, and it's more of management. So I was asking that I wanted to ask if I get a work experience certificate from the company I worked, and maybe a couple of recommendation letters, and coupled with my master's in project management, if it's going to be easy or how easy it's going to be to get into a managerial position in construction safety, because I have a lot of certification also. Yeah, I've done a lot of certifications over the years, like reasonable ones. So I just wanted to know how the market it's like, coupled with the masters in project management. Thank you.
Okay, to Eve will come, but I think Michael should be able to answer that question, or Mazi or Lomo should be able to answer that question. I don't know. But from my own knowledge, getting a job here under project management, I don't know how it works because I'm not into that. I'm into health, but getting a job under project management is not something that is heckling. Um, but one thing you must know is that there are people here also that would like to also occupy that position. Okay, Mazi, you want to say something? Mazi, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let me
hello.
just hear the mic.
Yeah. It's my area, project management. So basically, I think you'll be in a better position to get a good job here in the UK. I give you reasons. Um, if you're able to demonstrate what you have on your CV, they will offer you a job. It's as simple as that. Once they see the certification, excuse me, and you put the companies that you've worked in Dubai, and you are able to defend that things you have on your CV, then they will offer you the jobs straight away. Then the project management they are coming to do. Is the project management, are you going to concentrate on when they have project management in construction? So is it like a general project management, or just you just want to have the basic knowledge of project management? Because to be honest, here a lot of people do project management training under 5 days, and they get project management jobs. So I don't think you need masters in that. It's a saturated market. I can tell you that a lot of people are into it, but I don't really think you need masters in project management to work as a project manager in the UK. I don't think so. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, yeah. So I think did Isaac, is your question answered?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Mazi. The thing is, uh, the project management I'm doing, it's been offered by what's it called now? It's form of concentrating on construction project management under built environment. So it's not like a general project management, if I have to put it like that.
Okay, then if that's the case, then the most important thing is that if you're coming, concentrate on what you've done before. Because UK is all about once you land, just let me tell you, sometimes the experiences you have in Nigeria doesn't count. Because you said you have Dubai experience, so I think it will be easier for you because they might recognize that. Because you're already in the system, it will be easier for you to transit, move from UK, Dubai to UK. So it's not going to be hard for you, but it is a very saturated um, area. So a lot of people are into it. So there must be something about your skills that you have to just carve out that niche for yourself that will make the employer say, okay, I'm taking this guy because he knows what he's doing. So the first way you have on your TV, you're good to go.
Okay.
Thank you very
No
much.
wahala.
Okay. So another thing again is if you somebody asked me a question, how can somebody said he's coming to UK, he wants to get an accommodation. How can you get accommodation? It's very easy. Just go to your Google Play Store, download Spare Room. Can, there are 3 applications I used to. I paid for my accommodation while I was in Nigeria. So I'm just going to tell you how I paid. First of all, what I did was I went to Google Play Store. I downloaded Spare Room. Spare Room. When you download Spare Room, then you register. You register. You can either download Spare Room or Zoopla. Download Spare Room or Zoopla. You understand? So when you download it, you can register. Hmm? Then when you register for on that Spare Room, there's another application again that I download. Spare Room, Zoopla, one other thing again.
Right move.
Uh,
Right move.
Okay, right move.
Yes, right move. Exactly, right move. So then I registered. After I registered, then now you need to, if you are a student, of course, you can get a shared apartment on the location. You have to get your location. For example, your school is in Nottingham. Yeah, you have to put Nottingham as your location. Then location. Then you have to ask your school, or what is your school postcode. For example, your school postcode is NG5, so you have to look for school in NG5. So you have to look for accommodation in NG5 because you don't want to be entering transport to school. You want to be trekking to school. So and most schools, most housing around schools are mostly expensive. That's what I would tell you. Like in Uniben now, most of the accommodation in Uniben are expensive. But if you go to somewhere like I'm using the Edo State as an example. If you I guess most of you understand what I'm talking about. To get an accommodation close to school is expensive more than outskirts school area. So if you go to those app, put the postcode, then look for example, the postcode is NG5. Look for houses around NG4, NG3, NG2, like that. Then you can tell the person that you are not in UK yet, but you are coming to UK so day. You will like to pay for the house so that nobody else can take the house. Then the person will tell you how to go about it, how to send the money and all of that. You get most of the time I got someone in UK here to help me pay why I give the person naira because people in UK will always want naira because they want to send money home. So I got somebody in UK to help me pay why I send naira to the person. You understand? So I think that is an easy way to get an accommodation in UK. So another person actually said in my DM that they have been applying, or they have been applying, they have been getting interview, and the interview have been saying that they don't sponsor. Yes, they will tell you they don't sponsor because, like I tell you before, most of those companies like recruiting from Indians. They like recruiting from Indians. They like recruiting from Philippines. They like recruiting from Romania. They like recruiting from Poland. They don't like recruiting Africans because of what Africans have done. One of the interview I attended, the guys, the man told me that they don't like recruiting Nigerians because of what Nigerians have done. That Nigerians are very fraudulent, so they don't like recruiting Nigerians. But that shouldn't stop you. Keep applying. I have told you before. Don't just attend one interview, attend two interview, and because they said they are not going to recruit you, you just give up. No, that's not what life is not like that. Keep like I told some of my followers on my WhatsApp group. I said for you to stand a chance of getting a COS in 2 months, you have to ensure that you do a minimum of 10 applications a day. You are going to face rejections. They will tell you, I'm very sorry, on this occasion, you didn't come out successful. Yes, expect it. Expect it. Amen. Are you there? You want to say something?
Yes, thank you very much. So, what I want to say is actually for those in tech. I realized a lot of people have not really said so much about tech. You mentioned something that some people don't like, maybe recruiting from Nigeria and all. What I would say is, if you get to a point where no one can really like shank you aside if you really know what you are doing, yeah, as if you are good with your stuff. So what I would advise those that are students, especially those studying any tech related course, security, data analytics, software development, cloud, is please try and get a skill while you're learning. Try as much as possible to get a skill, like hands-on experience. You don't necessarily have to work. So with tech, you could literally just take a free course on YouTube, Udemy. Just know these things like before you finish your school. I promise you, by the time you're done with school, you would have a lot of recruiters running after you. Like there's so much opportunity in tech. Like they literally, when I was in Nigeria, the moment when I knew I was coming to the UK, I was still in Nigeria like 2 months before then. I just decided to like change my location on LinkedIn to UK. I was still in Nigeria, and the day I changed it, at least 4 or 5 recruiters reached out, and from that day till the day until I changed my LinkedIn profile to not like I'm not searching for a job or whatever, they still always reach out. Like they're always looking for people to recruit in tech, especially. So, but you can't just tell them I've studied computer science and you expect them to give you a job. You need to like have the skill. Cloud is there. For people that are following me, you'll see I always mention like this place is big enough for everybody to like succeed. Go to cloud technology, AWS, take a course, it's free. If you can't get a free one, maybe free things I mean good things don't come easy. Take a course on Udemy. These things are not expensive. Learn. You could build a lab in your house. All you need is a computer. By the time you are done with school, I promise, like you would lit where I'm working right now, we have we outsource our cloud managed services to some, and I tell you, these people complain every day, like people are trying to steal, people are trying to poach their staff every day. Like one of the biggest challenge they have is staff not staying for so long, because if you don't treat your staff well, a better offer is coming for them. Like there's so much opportunity in tech. Please, so if you're studying tech, just try and take a course, do a certification. Amazon, Microsoft certificate. Right now, Microsoft is doing a challenge for Ignite 2021. If you if you can do the challenge before the end of Ignite, you would get a free voucher to do any of their course for free for the exam. So you could take Azure certification, associate, start with something. These things are not all you need to do is read and what's it called, practice. And the funny thing is, you don't even have to have studied computer science. You could have been in the UK studying project management, and you feel like, okay, I want to do tech now. It is welcome. Like I studied geology in my school. Like my friends know, like I did geology in university, and today I do cybersecurity. So it's not like you have to. You don't need a computer science degree to do tech. So please, if you are in the UK already, and you know that after your school you really want to do something in tech, this is a good time for you to start. I shared a link to some people some time ago for what's it called, AWS roadmap for people that want to go into cloud, like where you need to start from. For people that have already been in tech, you could just go directly and start the AWS course. For people that have not been in tech before, there was a CompTIA, what's it called, IT fundamental course there for you to do. You know, these things are, you just need a willing mind. Just say, okay, I want to learn this thing, and a system. To be honest, that's what you need. But for real, you have to work for it. Like you have to read. It's not that easy. Like you don't just, you have to. But if you are willing to do that, I promise by the time you are done with your school, like you'll see these things, offers will start running after you. You won't be the, because don't let don't let anyone deceive you. Like there's so much what's it called, vacancy or in tech. Like people are literally trying to recruit every day in the tech space. Security, there's over 200,000 job shortage in cybersecurity alone. Microsoft is trying to fill half of that, like in just in the US. Not to talk of cloud, not to talk of DevOps, not to talk of, so not everyone would have to code. Some people will be like, I don't like coding. Cybersecurity, for example, is a very large space. You could go into governance, even if you're a lawyer. Like lawyers are really thriving in cybersecurity these days. Like you could just have you could have once you finish your law degree, you could decide to move into security and go into the governance part, compliance. Like it's so big. If you want to go into coding, that's fine. So if you want to go into cloud, these are like technology of the future, data analytics, data science. So but you need the skill. Your degree alone won't do it. So just learn, and it's literally free. YouTube, a lot of free courses on YouTube. Most times I share some on my TL. Most time I send the ones I have DM to people privately. But it's all good. You don't need any it won't cost you much, I promise. So please, for those in the UK already that are willing to do something in tech as soon as they are done, this is a good time for you to start. Maybe during your breaks, just take a course. Azure Cloud Associate. What's it called? Azure Associate course. You could literally just dedicate, maximum will be like 22 hours of study, maybe 1 hour, and you take a certification exam, you have the knowledge. Microsoft will give you a free lab for 1 month. You don't need to pay any shishi. You do your lab, you do your you do everything you've learned on your system. It's on the cloud. Like you don't even need a very powerful system. Not like before where someone will tell you you need a 16 gig RAM system to host a lab and all of these things. So please, that's just my 1 cent that I would like to contribute. If you are in tech, if you are not in tech and you like to go to tech, this is a good time for you to start. Jobs are, there's a lot of opportunity in tech. Thank you very much. that's that's what I have to. So if you have not really, there's nothing really. If you need to ask any question after you've checked Google and you still don't find a convincing answer, you can reach out to me. But I really don't, for real, it's not everything you need to ask. There are some informations that are just out there, like you literally find out on your own. But if you still feel like, okay, what I've seen online is not, maybe you're trying to draw out a path for yourself, and you're not really sure. You've not seen the kind of information you really need online. You could reach out to me. I'm very happy to help. Like I really want a lot of people to move into this space. Like there's so much opportunity, and even if you're in Nigeria and you plan, cybersecurity is one of the courses on the shortage list on the UK job shortage list. If you check it out, there are others too, but I'm very sure of cybersecurity because that's what I do, and that means if you are in Nigeria, you could easily get a COS, not even by studying or whatever. It's just like nurses. There's a point-based system for cybersecurity and other IT courses. I'm not sure, but that means you could just have with your degree, with a job offer, with everything, you could come from the job shortage, job in demand kind of thing, just
Mm-hmm.
like the nurses do.
Yeah.
So is there the other? I'm not sure. Maybe I think data analytics is there too. I'm not so sure, but I'm very sure of cybersecurity. So please, if you're in Nigeria, if you're already in the UK, it's much easier. It's very, very easy for you. But for those in Nigeria, that means you have to work like a step other by making sure that your skills are really very good. On your LinkedIn, build your LinkedIn so well. Make sure all your skills are there. By the time someone is going through your bio on LinkedIn, I should have seen all the things you could do. Like, okay, this, and even if you take a simple course on Udemy, share it on your LinkedIn once you are done. Like, just put it there. Like, let someone know that, okay, and build your network. Send connections to people that are in the space you want to. You can't be on LinkedIn with your 42 connections and expect people to see what you are doing. Send once you see, okay, this person is doing something in cloud. I like cloud. Send your connection request to them. You don't, connection requests are not for people you know personally. They are for people with likes, people with people in, what do you call them, people with common interest. I have interest in cloud, you have interest in cloud, let's connect. So please, build your LinkedIn, share your skill, learn. It's free. YouTube is like, YouTube, god, I don't know what what this life would be like without YouTube. You could literally do so much, take courses. People are putting these things out for free because the demand is so much. So your shine cannot stop anybody's shine. Like, it's so big. Every day people are out there looking for people in tech security, cyber security, for example, is very big. I always tell people, like, it's it would be a good thing for us to know that, okay, all of us are doing this thing. Like, we don't want to be in a situation where, yeah, it's just this guy, like, it's just one person doing this thing. You just start intimidating people on the TL. Like, come and see it for yourself. As long as you're willing to work, read, for real, there's nothing going to stop you. Your system, your willing mind, that I feel like that's all you need. So thank you
So
very
much.
much. that's
Thank you
that's
so
what I have to
much,
say.
for that knowledge. Thank you so much for that knowledge. God bless you. I've got a lot of requests of people wanting to join my WhatsApp group. I'm very sorry, guys. My WhatsApp group is for health professionals, doctors, nurses, lab scientists, and pharmacists. But I have a Telegram group where anybody can join. I set it up for any random person can join. Maybe I will post it on my wall later. But my WhatsApp group is mostly for nurses, doctors, pharmacists, and lab scientists. These are the four category of people that can actually understand the language. Okay, so but like Amen have said, these things are no longer so difficult. I've told you a lot of opportunities that you need to tap into. It begins from your LinkedIn account. The kind of people you follow on LinkedIn matters a lot. They can actually help you to push out your profile. Most of the time, you can even get someone to DM you, and they will even get assistance. I've my first ever how will I put it? My first ever, I don't know how to put it, was gotten from LinkedIn. You understand? So if you want to get it, you have to get a visa to study, or to you get a visa to work. You have to prepare your LinkedIn, because that is where it all started from. Okay, and another thing I'll talk about. Okay, housing. Someone posted on um my DM that they the school they applied to said they have shortage of accommodation. Yes, some schools actually have shortage of accommodation, and the schools will give you option to either decline or get accommodation yourself. And I think we have addressed that. I said go to your Play Store, download Right Move. It's an application. Download Right Move, download Zoopla, and download Share Room. These are three apps that I used in getting my own accommodation when I was in Nigeria. Register the same way you register on Twitter. Register on the app. When you register on the app, then you can now streamline the 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 this thing. Get an accommodation close to where the school is. Okay. In UK, they work with postcode. UK work with postcode. If you are going to get an accommodation, you need to know the postcode of the vicinity where you would like to go to. For example, if you go to Right Move, the Right Move app, if it's going to ask if to rent or for sale. Click on to rent, then put the location where you would like to get the accommodation. If I am you, I will put the location of your school, so you will see vacant houses close to your school. Do you understand? The vacant houses, I don't know who the person is. I'm talking to you. You are on my DM. I think I have responded to you before. Solomon, put the postcode of your school on the app. Okay, and then it will show you the vacant houses. I will advise you to go to Share Room. UK, our room self-contained in Nigeria is their shared room here in UK. So you will get the postcode. Do you understand? You will get the postcode of your school, then put it there. You get. So then another person said, okay, I think I've answered that question. All right. So that's just it. That's just it. Okay. So that's just it, guys. If you have any question, you can request for the mic. You ask your question. Thank you guys for following. I can see a lot of people are following me. Thank you. I appreciate the follow. I'm equally following you guys back. But I can't respond to all the questions on my
Human
email.
still, yeah. Another thing is about the UK is people should look at this. The site called Gumtree as well. Gumtree is very good. I'm not sure Right Moves is the best place for people to look for houses, and I'll tell you why. If you're in the UK as well, now it depends. If you're a student, I'm not sure you need a 2 3 bedroom house. You don't want to be paying £1,000 or £800 every month. Because as a student, you've only got 20 hours a week to work, unless you bring in millions. Yeah, unless you bring in millions. So it's best for you to go to like spare rooms or Gumtree. Put your postcode in there, your city. You always find a room. And it's safer that way. Now, what's the advantage with the rooms? With the rooms is that you're not paying no council tax. You're just paying everything will include the bills. So if you're gonna look for a room, for example, on spare rooms or Gumtree, make sure it says all inclusive. So for example, now you could get a room for £300 a month, all inclusive, 350 a month, £400 a month. It depends on your city where you're based. So you know that okay, at the end of the month, I go just hold you save £400. That is it. You know what about no council tax, no electricity bill, no this. Because when you get a house on the zone, you're not just getting a house, you're paying electricity bills, you're paying gas bill, you're paying council tax. You understand? So you need to just try and get it right. So I mean, if you come in for the first few months, it's not gonna be easy. I'm not gonna sit down here and say to you,